Hey, welcome back. Okay, welcome back. Now, normally I do very positive videos and I still think you should, but, we gotta express all our emotions and we have to express even the ugly ones. So, I got to thinking, I made a list of all the things it's okay to be mad at right now in the world because there's a lot of reasons to also be mad with the one with for women, for genuine young people, older people, anybody. Right now, everybody's gonna get infected in some way, in some way, in a form, or even infected. There's more kids right now that are getting sick. So as much as I do think you should be positive, I also think you should be kind to yourself. That you can also have other emotions that aren't considered the most positive, because we or for some people, you feel so many things so much at some different points during the day. And if you are, especially with your heart, it can go from zero to one to real quick. And I think we should give yourself a lot more grace when it comes to human emotion. Humans can feel more than one emotion at a time, especially somebody that is deep in their head or deep in the head and thoughts. If you see me do this, is because I am trying to look at the guideline I wrote, and I might change up a few words here and there, but that's okay. Oh, that is okay. So first is something to be validated mad at right now is to be mad that people are still trying to stop people getting education. Generally, you can be mad at the fact that we are still stopping young people, and mainly young people, from getting education by taking away money, making it hard right now, when you shouldn't stop anybody from trying to better their life to get an education, especially if it's something they're passionate about. Why do you want to stop somebody from being a doctor or getting the credits to get a doctor? They're spending, when it comes to spending, it shouldn't ever be cutting things like education. And in my head, the only way you want to get rid of education is if you're generally scared that they're going to get smart enough and smarter than you, which that shouldn't be the case. You should be encouraging people to get smarter, to get an education. And if they don't want to, they don't want to either. That's completely fine too. That is the thing about humans, is you should respect somebody's choice to choose what they want when it comes to their work, their love life, anything like that. You should respect it. And you can definitely have your opinions and you can think them, but when you try to enforce it on another person and try to make them see by belittling them, making them actually okay. That's a good fucking segue. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that, but it's really fucking good. One of the things I was mad at. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Well, that I thought that was in there, but it's cool that's not. Alright, second one. This one I'm very mad at right now, and this is what gets me angry, is when people do harmful actions and then you bring up it, and then when we're dehumanizing people and stereotyping people on just from where they're from, where they grew up. This has been an issue, and if you're ever in civil rights, it's so hard to get people past the fact that just basing somebody on their looks, basing somebody on stats and research, that doesn't show everything. That doesn't actually show the person's abilities, their kindness, compassion, or their actual personality. Getting to know the person, the everyday person, and talking with them is what makes them feel connected and seen. Because there's way more to them than a look. Don't judge a book by its cover. And you can't ever just go off of what you think. Because time's changing, time evolves. So when you bring up people are getting hurt, and oh my god, that's the case right now. It's the case of, if you live here in this world and in the United States, you do have a right to amendment, because it is in the Constitution, it's in the amendment, and our fathers realized if they wanted to make it for just citizens, they would have wrote it in there, but they didn't. And this is could happen to you, it could happen to somebody you care about, but you gotta keep in mind that most of the time, anything legal, it takes time, it takes money, and not everybody comes for money. They're not coming for money to be put in these situations. And they're also trying to make sure they make a living. Like, it's way more complex than that. I definitely not saying that sometimes people don't cheat the system and there's not awful people out there. But just because it's one person doesn't mean it's everybody. And when you dehumanize somebody, it's not just an accident one time. If it's a consistent thing that they're constantly doing, it's not an accident. And I hate that, because then that's an excuse, and that's a get out jail free card for when people do awful, horrible things. They just will say, oh, it's an accident, or it was just a one-time thing. But then they use it every time something's brought up. This goes back to just in general, I get mad when people stereotype people, and then that lets them belittle and disqualify their skills and their ability to do things because they assume. I'm gonna flat out do this with women right now. I come from a family that if you are a woman or a girl, that the only thing you're good for, or even right now, with this whole productive rights, or even rights for women in general, it's my body, it's my fucking choice. And women can do anything, at least the ability to have a guy. Yes, would there be times that, and it's not there will be times where you have the physical, but as far as the actual will to do it, that's true. And even those rare cases where a guy is stronger, a woman could still fucking kick his ass. Yeah, maybe not a guy's way, but she can still do it. She can. I grew up in a family where the only thing a woman was good for, and still is to cook, to clean. Oh, also just women aren't smart. I grew up where it's too emotional. Where that is the fact that we think with here and not with here all the time actually kind of helps, because we can are good with communication. We can make connections, and also we are definitely strong if we have to birth people. Okay, there's no way that we're not as strong as anybody. The main thing I just get mad at is when you stereotype anybody and you use that stereotype or misjudgment to belittle their skills in general. That's not fair. You should not belittle somebody just because you're scared that they might be better with you at something. You have the thing you're good at, and I have the thing I'm good at, and we can leave it at that. There's no this way to, hey, I need to feel better than you, so let me keep knocking you down. I don't like that. It gets me angry. What point are you going to win by that? Don't underestimate people. It's not okay. Second, I get mad at that we're not teaching people accountability. We are humans, and the only way sometimes, if you're, once again, this is not everybody, but I do think it's okay to teach people, hey, when you fuck up, tell somebody you fuck up, and then try to take the steps to fix it. Because just because you say sorry doesn't mean you're actually sorry. If you're still doing the behavior that is hurting somebody. And yes, it's a hard practice. It's okay in the sense to struggle, but you can't lean on that too much. Whether you can have, it ranges from people having a temper to maybe sharing, to picking at things when they just want to talk about something else emotionally, or when they thought they had a really good idea and it wasn't a good idea. It's all about your character. You own it, you improve it, and you're honest. You are honest, and then you try your best to make things different. And I and I'm scared because instead of people calling them out, it's just, oh, we want to be better and prideful than you. I get mad when people try to be better than other people. It pisses me the fuck off. Oh, it pisses me off. These two are tied. So another thing that gets me mad is now we're still trying to fight people on this idea of you try to have other people voice your life. If it comes to your love life, your sexuality, your hobbies, your skills, anything, you get people that are like, oh, well, this will be better for you, or you're just confused right now. You don't really know what you want. And then scary is when we have people that make laws and make the hires up, they take what is just their beliefs and then they swing that in and say, this is the way, this is my way, this is the right way. When not every way is meant for everybody. It's not. And if somebody says, hey, I'm happy with this, or I'm happy with who I am, or this is going to make me happy with who I am, I get mad that you have all these people trying to almost gaslight and fixate and change their minds. At the end of the day, whatever somebody does to make themselves happy and what they want to do to make them happy, when it comes to at least their career choice, their love life, their clothes, their personality, you shouldn't try and be their parent and try and get involved and say what you think is best. Because it doesn't affect your life. The only reason it affects your life is because you get involved and you tie it to you. If I live next to somebody and they have a different lifestyle than me versus what I do, I'm not going to come banging on the door and tell them, hey, what you're living is pissing me off and you should live this way. No, that's their life. I'm not going to go cramming on the door. Just like I'm not going to try and make choices for them. So that was actually a big one. And then this one is a little bit more personal to me. But I get angry when people use religion or accidents or trauma moments to use as personal gain or to avoid conflict or for control. This one is a big thing. Is it whether your religion, customs, anything, it's not, those things aren't the bad things. What can be bad is it's the intention how somebody uses it. So a good example is, I'll shoot mine, is North paganism, Celtic spiritual, or even Wiccan. There's even a study of that, of within the group and with the community, at least the one I don't have much, I just have my mom. My mom has always told me it's not the thing, it's not the religion that's bad, and what people don't realize is not every person that claims to this practice is evil and curses people, because it's not true. So it's all about the intention and how they use it and how it ties to them. I don't. That's not why I've never done it. And then that's where you hear the stories of some people do use it in dark and twisted ways. I'm not going to say that they don't. But that doesn't mean I do it, so then don't tie that bad thing to me or to other people that are close to that. It's all about the intention. I have met some wonderful people that have different religious beliefs than me. And you would think we wouldn't get along because they're contradictory or they're total opposite. But it's because I didn't see them as, oh, this past hate of from what I experience. I just see a person, an everyday person, a person that has their own views. And I didn't change them. They didn't try to change me. And they got to know me just like I got to know them as a person. And then at the end of the day, that different belief, religion didn't matter. And I didn't use it as a tool to control them, or it's when the king or godly complex comes into play. Once again, I have met awesome people that don't have this. So just keep in mind, this is really important. Keep in mind that something isn't bad on its own. Most of the time, and sometimes it's the person and how they use it that could possibly make it bad. And get to know the story. Get to know, see if there's a story there. I will be honest, sometimes there's not a story. Sometimes it is just flat, plain in your face. Other times it's complicated. So please, just gather all your information. Actually take your time and cognitively process the things you know. Because these are always going to be people at the end of the day. This turned into a little bit of a rant video, but I'm okay with that. Let me know personally, what are some things you're mad at right now with the world and society, or just even something that you went through and you dealt with. And I hope you have a good day, and thank you very much for listening to this video. I'm going to get my necklace soon that has this tattoo, but for now I have hermit crystal on. And I hope you enjoy your day. Let me know what you guys want to rant about.